Okay, can everyone see me, hear me? Hot dog, what a day, friends. I don't even have everything set up correctly. So, are we good? Let me know. And does the color look weird to you guys? I didn't take my case off. Hey, Robin. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Kathy. I think I saw Nell up there. Hey, Nell. Thank you, everybody. Does the color look okay on the screen? It looks weird over here to me. It's a little dark. Okay. I'm going to take the case off my phone. So close your eyes or don't look at the screen. I just hope I don't shut this because I'm telling you that buttons on an iPhone are not, sorry friends, it's going to be bad. Oh shoot. The buttons on an iPhone are, I swear, in the worst spot when you have it in a holder. Okay. Professional, I know. Leave it to me on the day I'm doing 3 fun folds. If you know me, you know that that is a huge struggle for me. Anything that requires like cutting or special folding. Okay, hold on. Ugh. So it's been kind of a day because I ended up getting kind of sick last night. I don't know why, but yeah, I do not know. Why is this dark on the... I do not have patience for this today, friends. So I, I wonder. Okay, I'm sorry. My sheet's crooked. Anyway, I ended up not feeling very good last night and not really getting much sleep. Yeah, I have no clue what is going on here. Is it clear or is it grainy? Not only do we start late, but I can't even... I'm wondering if I changed something in my settings. Okay, well, I wish it was at least level. It just looks crooked to me. Okay, well, I think we're just going to have to roll with it. It looks grainy to me, but I think it always looks that way over here. So anyways, I woke up not feeling the greatest at about 1:30 and then again at about 3:30. And then, of course, the cats woke me up and blah, blah, blah. So I was feeling fine. And then just right before my live started, I started not feeling very good again. So, anywho, let's hope I can make it through this. So today I'm going to do fun folds. And I didn't know how complicated these were going to be. So I am going to I'll start with the easiest one. I was going to start with the hardest one, but I don't know, maybe I should give myself a break. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is just easy peasy. It's just a Z fold card. And it's going to look something similar to this. Oh, everything is just so crooked. You guys, I'm so sorry. Thanks, Robin. Hopefully I will. I asked everybody else that, like, we all ate dinner together last night. We ate tacos, and I asked everybody if they felt sick, and everybody else seemed to feel fine. So I guess I was the lucky one. Anyways, this is the first one that we're going to make. And I'll tell you, when I was doing this, making this little circle, I was like, boy, do I miss our layering circles dies. The punches, this is the 2 and 1 3/4 punch. And for me personally, I like a much narrower border. So this, that's a little bit too wide for me. So I did something different on the card we're going to make. That was another thing. I wasn't exactly done with all my samples, so I've been working on that up until now. Okay, so the first card we're going to make, and I used all the pattern papers are the 6x6 pattern DSP. So I used brights, in colors, and subtles, because those are the 3 packs that I have. So that's what I used. So we are going to take a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 5.5. And we are going to score it. And I will tell you why there's this white piece of paper here later on. That's for another card that we're going to do. So we're going to do 2 3/4. And this is lemon lime twist. You know what? I wonder if. Well, hold on. I'm just fiddling with my lights. Okay. I didn't have my light turned all the way up. Okay. 2 3/4. Let's hope I score and don't cut. And then 5.5. I feel like it's so dark in here today. Okay. So we'll bump this out of the way for a minute. And then we are just going to fold it like a Z. So just like that. Super easy. And you can put your panels down before you fold it if you want. So we have a couple panels here. We have this one, which, you know what? I think I scored my card differently. So I think this is going to have to be cut down. I told you this was going to be a good time. So 3 by 5.5. So this needs to be cut down to 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Unless I'm cutting the wrong panel, which is probably par for the course. Okay, so good length. So let's see. So we've got that one, and let's see if this one's correct. Yep. Okay. So this is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and this one is 2.5 by 5 1/4. And then we have the middle panel here, which is just in basic white, which is not supposed to be that narrow. So welcome to my life. All right. I don't know. I must have scored the original one different because that's what I took the measurements off of. So this one is a little less than 3 by 5 3/4. So we'll do this at 2 3/4. I keep wanting to tear that piece of paper off, thinking it's a piece of paper that's stuck in there. 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, this is real. This is what crafting looks like over here in my part of the world. It's never a smooth. Actually, that's too wide. So I'll cut it at 2.5. See if that works. Of course, I've got something on that side of the paper. Okay, that'll work. So let's move this out of the way again and get these scraps out of the way. And so let's see, where did I score these at? So 2 3/4 and 5.5. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make sure that you have your card folded so you know which panel goes where. If I didn't have mine folded, you know it would be going not there. Some of these I was just figuring out this morning. My brain does not think in 3D. So we're going to do a pop-up box card, and we are going to do a tri-fold shutter card as well. And those take a little bit more brain power for me. So This could be entertaining. And when I was making this, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to use for the little circle, I thought, man, that bundle, I can't think of the name of it right now, but the new bundle that has the circle punch and let's see if this is right before. Okay. The circle punch and the sentiments that also stamp within and around the circle. If anyone remembers the name, shout it out. I was thinking that would have been perfect for this. And I have not placed another order since actually, I'm going to stamp on this first. I hope these are still current because I did not look and I just wanted to stamp one of these little guys on the inside. And I did not pick a color of ink. I'll just use Coastal Cabana. Or how about we use Azure Afternoon? I was thinking that bundle would be absolutely perfect for this, but I have not placed an order yet since the catalog launched. So, and I keep forgetting. Circle Sayings bundle. Thank you, Robin. Okay. So we're just going to kind of stamp him. He doesn't need to be perfectly anywhere. I just want to put him on there and then leave enough room in case you want to stamp a sentiment or write something on the inside. Sorry for the shaking. I have not even used these yet. I've stamped with them, but I haven't made anything. And then of course I found out that the dies were gone. So that kind of stunk. Okay, so we're going to set him aside to dry for a second. I always find I mean, look at this. I just got this ink out. Oh, maybe it was I don't know. There's like stuff all over my paper. I'm just like, what in the world? So I was trying to decide if I wanted to do a Coastal Cabana circle. And see, since this card is smaller, there's not quite enough overhang. And these circles are bigger than the ones I use. But you know what? Nobody cares. I was trying to decide if I should do that or if I should do this, because I'm going to be stamping a sentiment on the circle. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should do white on blue or white on coastal or coastal on white? I used one of the stitch circles and then the 2-inch circle punch. So if you guys want to think about that, I will go ahead and adhere this inside. Number 1. Okay, I think that was coastal with white. I'm so bad at always getting ink on my fingers. Oh my gosh, yesterday everything I touched was covered in ink. Even I took out my black Stampin' Right marker and it was somehow I got that all over my fingers. Okay, so I wanted to stamp Hope Your Birthday is Wild. So we're going to do this one here. And I didn't pull an ink for this one either. I think I was going to do coastal. So anyone want to pick an ink color? Because this is going to go on here. And then we have Azure in the middle with the rhino. Does anybody want to pick a color for, I don't know what is on my hands. I feel like there's stuff on my hands. I could do black or coastal or pumpkin. Anybody have an opinion? Move this out of the way. Coastal. Okay, no. I chose coastal. All right. Get our circle over here. So not sure what's going on up the road, but they were working on something to do with the water that goes to the houses on our street. So my son is, saying, Mom, I don't know what to do. Like I turned the sink on and it sounds like there's a demon inside. And he said, and I filmed it, and then like the toilet's making this weird noise. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have no idea, right? Like no sleep, trying to get ready for my live. And so he called his dad and whatever. And I don't like this circle on here, but we're going to go for it anyway. He called his dad, and his dad explained what was happening. And the cats had gone in the guest bathroom up here, which is where they're, did you guys see what I did? Oh, well, the cats went in the guest bathroom up here because that's where their litter boxes are. And the toilet was bubbling and they were terrified. So right before I sat down, going to do my live, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went in my bathroom, sat down on the toilet. Well, forgot that the toilets, I guess, had been bubbling all throughout the house. And so the entire toilet seat was soaked with water. And I was like, really? I'm like, well, what do you do but laugh about it, right? Because at first I thought, oh, maybe the cats got in here and walked around it. But no, it was just from the toilet pretending it was a cauldron. Good times. Okay, so here we go. So I think in hindsight, I think I would have liked it. I'm going to tear this off real quick. I think I would have liked this better if this circle was smaller. Let's try this. I think this circle fits this size better, and this circle fits this size better. I honestly, you guys have no idea why this one turned out so much smaller. I think that I obviously cut this down. I think I was supposed to leave that at 11. But anyway, I like the smaller circle. So who knows what I'm going to take pictures of for my blog today, because I haven't taken pictures of any of these. So, but we'll just leave it like that because that's what we made. And then I did not do anything fancy on any of these. I didn't do any embellishments. I just wanted to show how to make the actual folds and the sizes for the panels and stuff like that. So obviously you can do whatever you want, whatever types of embellishments, other punches, die cuts. So there we have a cute little birthday card for somebody. So that is card 1. So let me put these over here. And then the next card we're going to make is this trifold shutter card. And let me just get stuff out of the way that does not belong over here. So this card base, this is fresh freesia, and I'll show you what the sample looks like. So again, I did nothing. There's no embellishments. This is just to show you what the card looks like after you've scored, cut, got the panels on, whatever DSP that you want. This paper's cricket, driving me bonkers. Everything's cricket, right? So I used Lost Lagoon as the cardstock base, and then the pool party patterns from the 6x6 DSP packs. Thanks, Kathy. And then on the back, you can just put a white panel, which is where you can write your greeting or whatever you choose. So that's what it looks like when it's folded, fits in a regular envelope, and ta-da. And you can do anything. I mean, you can decorate any part of this, but you can put a die cut in here. You could even make this a white panel and do your sentiment, whatever you choose. But I just need to make sure I get it folded right. So let me set that aside. And then our card base here is 5.5 by 10.5. Whoops. And you could easily use a scoreboard for this. I personally don't like using a scoreboard because my stylus or whatever tool comes with the scoreboard that you have, I am always popping it out of the track. So it is a lot easier for me just to use my trimmer, but not with this extra white piece in here. All right, let's hope we get this right. So 5.5 by 10.5. And then we're going to put our 5.5-inch side at the top here to the left, and we are going to score it at 1.25. And all this will be on my blog as well. My blog post won't be finished right after this, but did I do that right? No, I didn't do this right. See, I already screwed up. I'm supposed to cut. All right, next piece of paper. Hold on, I gotta grab cardstock. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Well, I figure you can only get better, right? If you struggle with fancy fold cards. Okay, so 5.5 by 10.5. Please disregard the previous 2 minutes. That would have been good if I was cutting where I was supposed to be scoring and scoring where I was supposed to be cutting. I don't know what kind of card we would have ended up with. Okay. And go. So again, we are going to put our cardstock, the 5.5-inch side, up here at 1.25. Now here is why I have this white piece of paper in here. What we want to do is we want to go down to the 1 3/4 mark over here, because that's where we're going to start cutting, and we're going to cut down to 8 3/4. However, depending on the color of paper that you have, this can be very difficult to see these numbers over here. So that's why I have the white underneath. So I am going to move this over, and I don't know if you can see here, but if you have our trimmer, you'll notice that there are notches on this side and then on either side of the little handle. So I'm going to do my best to line my notch up with the 1 3/4. And then I'm going to start cutting, and I'm going to cut down to 8 3/4. I think I got all the way down there. It's going to be a little tricky. Okay, and then I'm going to flip my card over, scoot it to the left to 1 1/4. And you can leave your blade down and you can cut from 8 3/4 up to 1 3/4, but my brain just works this way. So I'm going to go back down to 1 3/4. And then again, cut down to 8 3/4. Okay. And now I'm going to put the 10.5 side at the top of the trimmer, and I'm going to slide the paper to the left so that it's at 1 3/4. Gotta get my block out of the way. And I am going to score in between these two lines. So this is 1 1/4, I believe is where that one starts. Right, and I'm just going to go in between. So it goes from about 1 1/4 to 4 1/4. And then I'm going to scoot my paper to 3 1/2. And I'm going to score all the way across the card. And then I am going to go down to the 7-inch mark. And I'm going to score all the way across the card again. And then the next step is to slide to 8 3/4, and we are going to score between the lines. Again, at 1 1/4 to 4 1/4. And if for any reason you go too far, you don't go enough, You know, like I went a little over, and that's okay. It's not going to be a big deal. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the scoring and cutting. Yes, it is very handy now. I agree, especially when working with dark cardstock. So this is our white panel for the back. And then I decided to use the soft seafoam pattern from the, you know, what are these specifically called? They're specifically called the, well, so this is Subtle's 6x6 designer series paper. That is what it is called. So we've got all our pieces here. So we've got 2 pieces at 1.5 by 5 1/4. And then we've got 4 pieces at 1 by 1.5. And these are these little ones here. So we'll go ahead and start putting these down instead of me laying them all down, and then you have to watch me put them all down. Okay. And I know that these color combos are probably not going to be for everyone. They might not be for anyone, but I just wanted to show, I wanted there to be some contrast so you could really see, whoops, the patterns. Wait till you see the next color combo. Okay, so we'll put down these 2. Oh, so has anyone looked at their weather forecast recently? It is going to be in the 90s here come Friday. And I was like, no, thank you. I mean, thank God for air conditioning, but that is hot, hot, hot. Okay, so now we'll put down our 1 by 1.5 inch pieces. It's funny because it's like, you know, it's just the normal weather we're used to. It's rainy, it's 50, whatever, you know, summer usually doesn't come until July. And then one day it's like 80 degrees, and I'm not acclimated to 80 degrees. I had to go dig all my stuff out of the storage closet. 83 tomorrow for Robin. Tammy says she's jotting this down, this fold. Or, oh, you mean the color combo, Tammy, for the carousel card? I can't wait to see what you do with that carousel set. That is not one that I'll probably end up buying, but it is super cute. Oh, both this fold and the color combo. And I'm just trying to line these up, like the top edges, and then center it in the scored area. I have this strange feeling I've done something wrong. Okay, and then we need 2 pieces at 1 by 3 1/4. And I'm trying to think if oh no. This is going to be hearts, I think. Yeah, I'm like, ooh, fun colors. I love color. I don't always show that with my cards because I tend to like clean and simple and a lot of white. But I'm trying to venture out. So the nice thing about these hearts is that they go both directions. So you don't have to be too careful. I can see that piece is cut crooked. Too careful if you aren't paying attention to the direction when you're cutting. I often forget to do that. So I end up having something go a direction I did not intend. Oh, you're proud of me. Thanks, Tammy. I'm just so happy I was able to get this done because I was working on this yesterday and kind of bit off more than I could chew. And then my daughter and her boyfriend wanted to come over and watch the Suns game and have dinner with us, which is great. I don't know what I'm doing. But they ended up being here quite a long time. And so by the time they left, you know, I was hungry. I mean, not hungry. I probably was hungry, but I was also tired. And so I didn't finish my cards. I didn't finish the samples. This looks like such a hot mess. It just looks so strange all put together when it's like put together like this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp something on the white piece and then I'll glue it to the back. I'm just going to stamp this little raccoon here from the Zoo Crew. Or is it Zoo Crew or Zany Zoo? Zany Zoo. I always call it Zoo Crew. Tammy says I avoided this fold, but with your tip with the white strip, now I'm going to do this. Yeah, I mean, it makes it so much easier because you can see what you're doing. Pat, pat. Okay, and we're going to stamp him in Gorgeous Grape, or her. Oh, there we go. I'm not going to push that all the way in because I have a feeling I might not be able to get it to go back. Okay. And let's see. Let me flip this over and see what kind of. So I'm just going to stamp. And then this way you can write a message too. I believe you're right, Robin. I think Zoo Crew is the suite. Now, wouldn't it be nice if the suite was the name of the stamps and such? We could have the Zany Zoo suite with the Zany Zoo paper and the Zany Zoo stamps and Zany Zoo dies. And then I wouldn't have to remember so much. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a little bit because I will probably smear that around. So when you're folding this, you are going to want to take this piece and fold it back. Just look at my hands, see if I have glue all over them. And we're going to want to just use our bone folder to get a nice crease. And then we want these to go up. So you kind of have to play with the cardstock a little bit. So I just do this. You can see the piece in there is going down, and that's what you want. And then these will go this way. You just kind of have to fiddle with it to get it to close. There we go. Okay. So fold this back first. Make sure you pop these up. That one goes in. And then you just go like that. Kind of like folding a map, but harder. Well, at least for me. I think is that right? No, I don't think that's right, friends. I think these are supposed to go. Let me get out my original. It was so much easier when I wasn't doing it on camera. Okay, so it goes like that. So these go up. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, this goes up. That goes in. There we go. Yeah. Don't try this at home. I don't know why. Okay, well, you know what? We're just not going to worry about it. I just know that this is supposed to go in and these are supposed to go up. I think it's supposed to go like this. But for some reason, my little guys on my other one are going this way. So I'm not sure what I did with that one. But anyway, and then on the back, you can glue your white piece that you can write on. And quite honestly, I don't think it really matters which way you fold it. It's still a trifold shutter card. It can just be folded any way you want. So this just goes on the back here. And then the recipient, you can write your little message there. So this is going to bother me that I can't figure this out though, that it looks like this is supposed to go over that. But it's, oh, that's funny. Look at all the different designs you can get. It can fold like that. You can get all different kinds of ways that you want your paper, like that. So, hey, you just do it however you want. I'm not exactly sure how I did mine. That went like that. And then these, let's see. I'm going to have to sit here and try to figure this out, right? What I don't understand is why why my little ones show right here, but I can't get them to show on this, but that's okay. So anyway, you fold it however you want. And it's still a fun fold or a fancy fold. All right. So let's do the next one. The next one is the pop-up card. And the pop-up card looks like this. And I made a couple adjustments because so it folds like this. It fits. Yes, the fortune teller fold. Good heavens. I don't know how I ever folded that thing in junior high when I can't even fold a card. So it looks like this. It's just a regular size card, fits in an envelope, but when you open it, it does this. So this stuff inside pops up. So you can see like that. So I ended up taking off the leaves on the one I'm going to make and doing a smaller sentiment. This is fairly heavy, and that's probably because I added extra layers because I wanted the singular cutout to be sturdier. So I made a few changes on the one I'm going to make now, including the colors. So this is the card base, and that is 5.5 by 8.5, just a simple half sheet. And so let me score that before I start doing anything else. So this is scored at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then we're going to turn the card sideways, and we're just going to score right down the middle at 2 3/4. So there is our scoring. And then where did I put my snips? Okay. And then we want to cut away this piece, I believe. Let me see. I don't know. I just want to make sure that I am doing this right. Okay, so we want to cut away this piece here. And this just makes it easier for the box to fold nicely. This is just kind of extra paper. And then we just want to make some tabs on this side. This just makes it look cleaner. You don't have to do this. Okay. And then I also need to cut. Let's see, I've got to remember where to cut. I think we cut all of these. Oh, I wish I had printed out better instructions. Hold on, let me look at mine. So this is going to be on this side. So I need to cut all of these up to the middle mark. And you can do this on your trimmer too, if you have your white paper on it, to see exactly where to cut to, but this was just easier for me. This is the first time. Probably should use longer scissors for this. This is the first time I have used wild wheat. I hope I did this right, you guys, or we're going to have to cut another piece of paper. I don't think that I did. I think I cut the wrong sides. I did. Because that won't fold. Okay, see? Let's see where I put my wild wheat. I knew looking at it that I was doing something incorrect. Okay. I think if I had to practice these several more times, it would not have been such a hot mess, but we're just going to keep going, right? All right, so 8.5 by 5.5. I feel like I'm making a warning video. Okay, so then we're going to do 2, 4, 6, and 8. It is real creating. Like I said, this is not my forte, but I wanted to try to do something different. And so here we are. I just hope people don't follow along and then go, great, I just wasted paper. Okay, so then we just turn it, score it down the middle, 2 3/4. Okay, so, oops, sorry for the loud noise. All right, so we cut from this side. This is going to be the flaps that fold. I feel like I should be cutting this with my trimmer. I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors. I think that'll be easier. Don't have to make as many chops. At least if you're recording it, you can go back and edit so people aren't butchering their own stuff, but oh well. Okay, so cut this off and then make our little tabs. Okay, there we go, I think. All right, so we'll just go ahead and kind of fold these over and give them a good burnish with our bone folder. And then we're just going to make the box. We're just going to do this flap like that. And so I'm going to keep this towards the back. Hold on, I got to make my screen bigger. I had to look at something really quick. And I don't even know if I'm on screen. Okay, so we're just gonna, you can use whatever you want for this. I find that on a lot of it, that the liquid glue, the Tombow is a good choice, but I'm going to use tear and tape for this flap here. Especially for the next part, the glue is good because we're going to need to move this little piece around. So here we have our box. I am putting my seam towards the back, and then we want to fold these down, but we want to leave this one up because this is the back. Okay. And the next thing that we need to do is we are going to insert this piece in the middle. And this is going to be what the window sheet strips adhere to create the pop-up part. So this is a piece of paper that is 2 3/4 by 3, and I just scored it at 1/2 inch on each side. So we're going to go ahead and fold at the score lines, or fling the paper across the table. And then we're going to put Tombow on on both flaps, and we're going to stick this down in the middle like this. And it's nice to have it, to use the Tombow, because you want to try to get it as centered as possible within the box there. And that's a little hard to do if you're using Stamp and Seal or tear and tape. I tried it yesterday with tear and tape, and it was it was not my friend. So this way you can kind of fiddle it around here to get it centered in the box. As much as you can. And get as glue all over your hands, because that's what I do. And then once it's gripped and you kind of have it where you want it, just give it a good squeeze there. Okay. So then the next thing that I have are, let's scoot this to the side here, the pieces that we're going to use for the flowers. And I've got all my panel pieces here for the outside of the box. And I've got my piece of window sheet right here. So our color combo on this is Wild Wheat, Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, and Basic White. So let's go ahead and adhere our panels. And all the panels are the same size. So that makes it pretty easy. So I just want to make note of where the back is, because I'm not putting one on the back. So, and I'm just going to adhere these with Stamp and Seal for time's sake, since you've had to watch me through so much fun here today. Still need to clean my dispenser. My Stamp and Seal is sticking like crazy. So let's see. And of course, you can do whatever patterns you want. You don't have to use the patterns I'm using. I was trying to behave myself and not buy a ton of DSP this go round. So I have this. I just was like, well, you're just going to have to use what you have, because I only have the, I have 3 packs of DSP so far, besides these 6x6 packs. But I just find that every year when stuff retires, I am left with so much DSP because I don't use it. And I will tell you, these cards using the 6x6 DSP, this is not the most efficient way to use your DSP. There's a lot of extra leftover little tiny pieces you cut off and stuff. So, but I wanted to use these pattern DSPs. So I bit the bullet and I figure I'm using them. So, hey, oh, thank you, Tammy. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so we're going to put a heart on either side or not. Why do I keep fighting this, huh? And did I miss? Did I not cut? Well, I think I did not cut one piece of paper, so we'll have to cut that, but I forgot to cut one for the back. Sorry, buddy. Oops. Get on there straight. Sorry, I'm gonna lay this down here so I can try to get this on straight. It's like surgery. Who here is signed up for Creativity Now in June? I know. Paper share, paper share. I signed up for some of Tammy's paper share she did this year. I really wanted those specialty papers because that is another type of paper. Oh my gosh, Marcy. You guys, do I know what I'm doing? Okay, I do. I was like, did I put it on the wrong flap? Lord have mercy. I don't know what I was just saying. If anybody can read my mind, let me know. Oh, Creativity Now. Who has signed up for it? Tammy did. I didn't do the last one, so I ordered this. Now, you know what? Maybe I didn't order the stuff. I don't know if you can order the items if you didn't sign up for the Creativity Now. I did end up getting the items that were used, but maybe not during a pre-order period or the pre-order for Creativity Now, but I'm looking forward to it. All right, let me grab my pack of paper here, find out where it opens. Just, sorry, friends, hold on. Yeah. Yeah. What do you need? Okay. Sorry, so I need to cut this, and I believe these are, let's see. These are 1 3/4 by 2 1/2, I believe. So let me grab my trimmer here. 1 3/4. By 2 1/2, I think I said. If not, we just recut. Okay. You can do it, Seal. You can do it. Okay. So that's going to go back here. So that's what we have right now. We have our box. It's got DSP on all the panels except the back, which you could totally do if you wanted. But I figured since it was going to be sitting this way, nobody was going to see the back most likely. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble our daisies. So I cut out just this one solid piece and I cut the leaves off because those kind of got in the way. The one thing you want to make sure of is that when your card is folded flat, that there isn't stuff sticking out. So we're going to do this. And we've got our white pieces that we're going to layer. And then we have some pieces for the back that are bubble bath. And I did not make a sample of this card, so I have no idea what this is going to look like with these colors. And then I needed to find a smaller sentiment piece because I used the banner from the Cheerful Daisies. I think that's what the stamps are called. Stamp set. and a sentiment from there, but I wanted something smaller because I kind of felt like it was overpowering and just took up a lot of space, and I didn't want it to cover so much of the daisies. So hopefully that will work. I had to take a really tiny banner from Stylish Shapes and then try to find a really tiny sentiment, which was somewhat difficult. It's funny because I feel like I ordered so much, which, I mean, I guess I did, but you know, a lot of it was stuff for the color refresh. So I don't feel like I have a lot of stamps and dies to work with. When I was looking for sentiments, I was like, wow, these are all sets that carried over. And I wanted to use something new. So and these would probably be fine with adhesive sheets if you wanted to. I just used glue so they were movable if necessary, but I also don't feel like this is a set of dies or stamps that you need to make sure everything is perfectly lined up. I feel like these are kind of artistic. So if they aren't perfect, then they aren't perfect, which this is totally not perfect. I don't even know if I have that on right. Okay, so then we're going to flip this over and put some glue here because we're going to add the back piece. Sorry, my son needed my help with something, but if nobody's bleeding or on fire, I think we can wait. Hopefully. All right, one more piece to stick on the back here. I feel like I should go through and maybe try to edit this video to take out the wrong cuts. There's probably going to be people watching going, no, don't cut that. Don't cut that. All right, so there we have our daisies. And then for our sentiment, we're going to use this teeny tiny banner that I pray I can stamp on straight. And I'm going to use the For You in the Lasting Joy set. And this is the smallest sentiment I could find to fit on this banner. I'm not exactly sure what fit on this banner before. So, oops, forgot that was on there. I cut 2 banners just in case I needed another one. So we're going to stamp this in Berry Burst. Oops, my little side thing came off. I probably should have put, it's the hard part about, I'm sure that there was a smarter way to do this so that it wouldn't pop off, but hopefully I could have put something weighted on it. All right, so Berry Burst for the sentiment that we are praying we can stamp straight. I'm going to grab excuse my arm, I'm going to grab my, my brain says cushion, but it's called piercing mat. Okay. Sorry if my head gets in the way. There we go. I need to move my ink around on my pad because it's a little blotchy. Okay, so we'll set that aside. And then we've got our piece of window sheet here. And I need to figure out how high I want my daisies to be. So obviously this is too wide, so we're going to go ahead and cut that. And I don't know if I'm going to do one larger strip of window sheet or some smaller strips. Yesterday I did smaller strips, and I kind of feel like maybe that was not the most stable choice. So I'm wondering if I do this. I can see that my this guy in here keeps popping off. So I am going to try to put some tear and tape on that and stick it down. Wish me luck. Okay, where did I put my tweezers? Here's my tweezers. Get that off of there. I think if I can just get this. There we go. All right, tear and tape to the rescue. So this will fit in here nicely, and I just need to see, because I didn't pre-measure, how far up I want my daisies to be. So you kind of want to make sure everything pretty much fits inside there. So I am going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. Let's hold that there for a second. Oh, you like it? Oh, thanks, Tammy. Sorry, I feel like I'm really quiet today, but I'm just not, my brain is not working right. And I have a Facebook live party at 5:30 I need to do. So I'm kind of hoping that goes off without a hitch. Okay. I think on my last one, and obviously this strip is going to adhere to the middle, right? Because when you open it, you want it to pop up. So, but I think, oh my gosh, really? Didn't have a problem with this yesterday. Just does not want to stay. I promise you, this is easier than I am making it appear. I feel like he is going to be a problem, though. I don't know why. So we might have to cut him off, but I'm going to go ahead and cut some of this. And I'm actually going to use, I'm just going to put seal on it. I feel like we've been here for 3 years. You guys are such troopers. What am I putting a note for? You'll have to remind me to remind myself. This flower might have to come off. If I can't get it, yeah. You might have to cut him off and then put him somewhere else. Surgery. He worked yesterday. I wonder if I put my flowers at more of an angle yesterday. I mean, I even had the leaves on and everything. There we go. So now it opens good. We might have to attach the other daisy somewhere else. Gonna put him down. We'll put him like on here somewhere. You know, it's okay to make adjustments while you're crafting. This is how people figure things out. What works and what doesn't work. Unless you're an engineer, like maybe Jennifer McGuire, and you just look at something and magic happens. There we go. Okay. And then we have our banner. Oh, fell right to the bottom. And I am just going to put that up here, but I am going to put it on some little dimensionals. Actually, I got a sneeze coming on. I'm going to put it on some foam because I think that will stick better. What am I making a note of, Tammy? I don't remember. To cut the flowers off? Okay, now we've got our sentiment on. And obviously you can do way more with this. Decorate the outside. You can put your sentiment on the back. You can do whatever you want. I just tried to keep it basic so that I could show you how to actually make the card. But you know, you can put ribbon, anything. You can do anything you want. So there you have it flat. And then when you open it, it pops up and you have the message inside. So besides that one sticking to it, or coming undone in the middle, I think that one was probably the easiest. One I couldn't figure out how to fold, which is going to bother me the rest of the night. And the other one I got wrong. So there we go. I did it. I got it right. Okay. So let's bring back in everything that we made. We're not going to show the originals because why do I want to make it more apparent that I screwed up? And then, so we made our pop-up with the cheerful daisies and wild wheat. And then we have our trifold shutter card that folds like that. And then we have this Z fold card that a lot of times you will see them. They go this way, but I wanted mine to kind of look like an envelope. So we have them that way. And then you can write your little message inside. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you for sticking with me. If you're still here through all of my debacles, I knew it was going to be entertaining. And I knew there was going to be cutting and scoring that went sideways. So there you have it, friends. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for sticking it out with me and for everybody else who came to see me today. I hope you got some inspiration from these projects. And if you do decide to remake any of them, I would love for you to tag me on social media and let me know so that I can see them. And I should have everything up, measurements and stuff like that, either later tonight or early tomorrow morning. So thanks again, friends. And I will be back next week with something new. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. Goodbye.